When an ex reaches out, it's not just a message on your phone. It's a challenge to your progress, a tug at your emotions, and a test of your newfound strength. It's easy to feel the pull of familiarity, the surge of memories, and the tempting questions that demand answers. What do they want? Should I respond? What if this means something? But beneath the surface lies a deeper reality. This moment isn't about them. It's about you. It's about recognizing that your journey to healing, growth, and self-respect is worth protecting. Reacting impulsively or letting emotions dictate your actions could undo the progress you've worked so hard to achieve. That's the mistake many fall into, handing over their power through a knee-jerk response or seeking validation where it's no longer needed. This isn't a time to rehash the past or reopen old wounds. It's a time to stand firm in the present and honor the person you've become. By approaching this situation through the lens of Stoicism, you can anchor yourself in wisdom, maintain emotional clarity, and ensure that every step you take is guided by principle, not impulse. Remember, control isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering your response. And in this moment, your response is your power. Mistake number 1. Responding impulsively. The moment their message pops up, your heart skips a beat, and before you know it, your emotions take the wheel. Fueled by an impulsive surge, you type a hasty reply and hit send without a second thought. Almost immediately, regret seeps in, weighing heavily on your mind. Does this sound familiar? This is the dangerous cycle of impulsive reactions, where emotions reign supreme and logic is left in the dust. It's a classic human pitfall, but one that Stoic philosophy warns us against. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, offers timeless wisdom for moments like these. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. His words remind us that while we cannot control external triggers, we have the ultimate authority over our responses. By pausing, breathing, and allowing reason to guide our actions, we reclaim our power, transforming emotional turmoil into measured and thoughtful responses. Instead of reacting immediately, cultivate the discipline to pause. In moments of emotional turbulence, take a deep breath and resist the urge to act impulsively. Allow yourself a window, ideally 24 hours, to process your emotions and assess the situation with clarity. This practice is not about manipulation or playing mind games. It's about safeguarding your inner peace and ensuring your actions align with your values. When you respond thoughtfully and from a place of strength, you regain control over the narrative and avoid being swept away by a whirlwind of emotions. This deliberate pause empowers you to act with intention, preserving your dignity and reinforcing your ability to navigate challenges with wisdom and composure. Mistake number 2. Seeking closure from them. It's entirely natural to crave closure. Humans are wired to seek understanding and resolution. When faced with unanswered questions like, "Why did this happen?" or "Do they still care?" the mind races to fill the void, searching for explanations that often don't exist. However, here's the hard truth that most people resist accepting. Closure doesn't come from them. It comes from you. Expecting someone else to provide the answers or the peace you're seeking is akin to handing over your power and emotional well-being to their whims. You must recognize that closure isn't something granted. It's something created within yourself by accepting what is, rather than fixating on what you wish had been. This shift not only liberates you from their hold, but also reclaims your strength, allowing you to move forward with clarity and confidence. Seneca's timeless wisdom, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," serves as a crucial reminder that our minds often amplify pain through endless scenarios and questions, creating a prison of self-inflicted torment. When someone wrongs or leaves us, we cling to the hope that their explanation or apology will bring the relief we crave. However, this is a dangerous illusion. True closure doesn't come from answers or external validation. It comes from acceptance within. Instead of waiting for someone else to untangle your emotions, take control. Write down your thoughts and feelings, pour your pain onto paper, and then release it in a symbolic act. Whether you burn the page, shred it, or delete the file, this act isn't about erasing the event. It's about liberating yourself from its grip. The process shifts the focus from their actions to your healing, transforming closure into a personal act of empowerment, not a gift from another. Mistake number 3, falling back into old habits. When your ex reaches out, nostalgia can become a misleading companion, painting an idealized version of the past. It whispers seductive thoughts like, "Maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe we can try again." These sentiments can feel comforting, but nostalgia often tells only half the story. It shines a spotlight on the moments of joy and connection, glossing over the challenges, pain, and unresolved issues that led to the breakup in the first place. This emotional bias can make you overlook the reality of why things ended, luring you into a cycle of longing for a version of the relationship that never fully existed. Recognizing this selective memory is crucial for maintaining clarity and making decisions rooted in the present rather than being trapped by an idealized past. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound insight reminds us that while we cannot always control external events, we hold complete power over our responses. When navigating the aftermath of a broken relationship, this wisdom is especially critical. Often, the pull of familiarity tempts us to return to what feels safe, even if it no longer serves us. However, allowing nostalgia to cloud our judgment can derail personal growth. Reflect deeply on why the relationship ended. Acknowledge the lessons and use them as a foundation for self-improvement. Prioritizing growth means resisting the urge to fall back into old, unproductive patterns. Instead, embrace the discomfort of change as an opportunity to cultivate resilience and move forward toward a stronger, more fulfilled version of yourself. Mistake number 4, overanalyzing their intentions. When someone reaches out to you, it's natural to wonder about their intentions. Do they miss me? Do they want to get back together? These thoughts can easily spiral into a cycle of overthinking that only drains your emotional energy. But here's the truth: their motives are not your responsibility. Trying to dissect their reasons can lead you down a path of confusion and self-doubt. Instead, focus on your own boundaries and prioritize what's best for you. By letting go of the need to constantly analyze their actions, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional baggage. Remember, you owe them nothing, not your time, not your energy, and certainly not your mental space. Redirect your focus to your own growth and peace, and you'll find that the weight you were carrying lifts. By taking a step back and reframing the situation, you reclaim control over your emotional landscape. Overthinking keeps you tethered to past uncertainties, preventing you from fully embracing the present. It's important to recognize that you don't have to justify your choices or actions to anyone, especially not someone whose intentions remain unclear. Your mental well-being should be your primary concern. Setting clear boundaries ensures that you're not constantly pulled into cycles of doubt or confusion. Each time you resist the temptation to overanalyze, you're building stronger emotional resilience and reinforcing your commitment to self-care. In the end, letting go of the need to figure out their motives isn't just about freeing yourself from emotional turmoil. It's about honoring your own peace and prioritizing your inner strength. Mistake number 5, letting their words dictate your worth. An ex's message, whether it's hurtful or dismissive, can often stir doubts about your worth and progress. These words can feel like an attack on your character, making you question how far you've come or even your value as a person. However, it's crucial to remember that their opinion does not define who you are. Your worth is not tied to someone else's judgment, especially someone who no longer holds a place in your life. You are worthy, whole, and enough, exactly as you are. It's vital to shift your focus back to self-affirmation and reaffirm your own truth. Repeat after me. I am strong. I am whole. I am deserving of peace and love. By embracing these affirmations, you center yourself in your own power, allowing these truths to guide you towards inner peace and emotional resilience, no longer allowing an ex's words to have power over your sense of self. As you repeat these affirmations, let them become more than just words. Let them be a reminder of your intrinsic value. When an ex's message triggers emotional reactions, take a moment to pause and reflect. Acknowledge that their words are not a reflection of your truth, but rather a projection of their own unresolved feelings. It's important to remember that growth often comes with discomfort, and the path to healing involves reclaiming your peace, no matter the external distractions. Trust in your journey and recognize that every step forward is a step toward greater self-awareness and emotional strength. You are not defined by the past, and you don't need anyone's validation to move forward with confidence. Keep affirming your worth and allow your own love and respect for yourself to be the foundation on which you build a brighter future. Mistake number 6, ignoring your boundaries. When an ex reaches out, it can stir up a whirlwind of emotions, and the temptation to break your boundaries often feels overwhelming. You might feel a sense of obligation to respond, or to give them more of your time than feels comfortable, thinking it's the polite or expected thing to do. However, this is where self-respect comes into play. Healthy boundaries are not just limits you place on others. They are vital for protecting your peace and mental well-being. Whether you choose to not respond at all or decide to set clear boundaries for the conversation, remember that these boundaries exist for your benefit, not theirs. You are in control of how much or how little you allow into your life. By honoring your boundaries, you are affirming your self-worth and prioritizing your emotional health. Stick to them and let them be the shield that guards your peace. By sticking to your boundaries, you create a space where your emotional well-being remains intact. It's important to remember that no one else can set your limits for you. Only you have the authority to decide what feels right and what doesn't. When you allow your boundaries to slip, you risk inviting confusion, emotional turmoil, and even manipulation into your life. Setting limits might feel uncomfortable at first, especially when dealing with someone you once cared about. But this discomfort is a sign that you're asserting your independence and reclaiming control over your life. Respecting your boundaries reinforces your self-worth and signals to others that you are not willing to compromise your peace for anyone. In the long run, maintaining these boundaries will not only protect your emotional health, but also empower you to cultivate relationships that are truly healthy and mutually respectful. Mistake number 7. Forgetting how far you've come. In moments of doubt, it's easy to become overwhelmed by uncertainty and lose sight of how far you've come. We often forget the immense strength it took to overcome challenges and continue moving forward. Reflecting on your journey allows you to reconnect with the resilience and determination that propelled you to this point. Think about the lessons you've learned from your mistakes, the wisdom gained from difficult experiences, and the growth that has shaped the person you are today. When you shift your focus toward your progress, you'll realize that you don't need to revisit the past or seek external validation to know your worth. The future is where your true potential lies, and every step you take forward matters more than the struggles and setbacks that once seemed insurmountable. Embrace the journey ahead, for it holds the key to your continued growth and success. By embracing this mindset, you free yourself from the weight of past failures and regrets. The past no longer has the power to dictate your future. Instead, you begin to see that every obstacle you faced was an essential part of your development, a stepping stone that prepared you for the challenges yet to come. You start to understand that your value isn't tied to where you've been, but rather to where you're headed and the person you're becoming. This shift in perspective is empowering. It encourages you to approach life with a sense of purpose and confidence, knowing that the journey ahead holds endless possibilities for growth, fulfillment, and success. The real power lies in your ability to continue moving forward, learning from each experience, and evolving into the best version of yourself. Conclusion: when your ex reaches out, it's not really about them. It's a reflection of where you stand and who you've become. This moment is a powerful reminder that your peace is your responsibility. It's an opportunity to reaffirm your boundaries, protect your emotional stability, and show yourself how far you've come in your journey of growth. It's essential to remember that you don't need anyone's approval or validation to keep moving forward. You are in control of your path, and the decisions you make now will shape your future. Trust that you have the strength to make the right choices for your well-being. So, take a moment and affirm your inner strength by saying, "I am calm, confident, and in control." Let's encourage each other to keep moving forward, lifting each other up as we embrace the power within. You deserve only the best, and that begins with staying true to yourself.